SCATTERGON is a GRAMMARGON strategy game for 2 to 6 players. It is one of 3 games included in the GRAMMARGON card game series, The Tenses. The card contents are in English, but GRAMMARGON includes 2 copies of a grammar guide where all the contents are translated into the language edition you have chosen. For this video, we'll be demonstrating with the German language edition. The object of the game is to create sets of 5 and collect as many cards as possible to win. A set of 5 contains 1 card of each type of the same tense, either present simple or present continuous. These can be connected in a row either vertically or horizontally. To start the game, shuffle the deck. Then place 1 card face down in the center of the table. This is the nucleus card, which never moves during the game. Now place a card at each corner of this nucleus card, like this. Deal each player a 4-card hand and put the remaining cards aside as a draw pile, or right in the center if you like. Decide who will go first. Everyone can now pick up their hands, but don't show them to the other players. Take turns playing 1 card at a time. Don't forget to draw a new card after each turn. There are 2 basic rules of how you can play a card. Be careful to follow them, or you could earn a penalty. More on that later. Before playing a card, remember to always check the grammar guide to see which tense it belongs to, unless you're absolutely sure. Only cards of the same tense can be played next to each other. You can play your card on any edge, including between 2 cards, as long as they're all the same tense. But not so fast. 2 cards of the same type can't be played next to each other, or even in the same row, either horizontally or vertically. Every turn ends by drawing a new card from the draw pile, unless it's empty. If you have a card in your hand which can be played, you must play it. If you can't play any of your cards, you will have to keep drawing until you find one you can play. Then draw a card to end your turn. Now there's a twist. Before you play a card, you can first choose to swap a card in your hand for any card on the table, as long as it doesn't break the rules. Afterwards, take your turn as usual. If you do manage to create a set of 5 during your turn, you get to collect it and all connected cards and put them aside as your winnings. Take note that cards that are only touching corners and not sides are not considered connected and remain on the table. Then, replace any missing corner cards from the draw pile and draw a new card to end your turn. Now it's time to explain the penalties. At this point, it's important to note that a card counts as having been played once the player removes their finger from it and can no longer take it back. If you think another player has played a card wrongly, first double-check with the grammar guide and hope nobody else sees it. Wait until your turn and then call challenge. After players have checked with the grammar guide and agreed with your challenge, you get to collect the misplayed card and all those connected to it to add to your winnings. Now replace any corner cards and take your turn as usual. The same penalty applies if you played 2 cards of the same type in the same row, either vertically or horizontally. Be careful though, if you say challenge and you're mistaken, you lose your turn. So watch out. Some cards have similar content but belong to different tenses. Be sure to read each card carefully. They may contain extra information that determines which tense they belong to. The game ends once the draw pile is empty and the player either plays their last card or can't play any of the remaining cards in their hand. To determine the winner, each player counts the number of cards they collected and subtracts the number of cards left in their hand to get a final score. The winner is the player with the highest score. Have fun playing SCATTERGON and check out our gameplay tutorials for CONTRAGON and SOLOGON for a different GRAMMARGON experience. Later!